Now, we didn't see Jon Huntsman in Iowa, but he has put all his eggs into New Hampshire, and he hasn't been attacked very much. In the January 8th debate, Romney attacked Huntsman by saying, "I just think that it's likely that the person who should represent our party running against President Obama is not someone who called him, President Obama, a remarkable leader and went to be his ambassador in China." So even Huntsman hasn't gotten away from criticism. But the candidate who has gotten the worst reviews from other Republicans, who's gotten some really scathing reports, that would be Mitt Romney, especially in recent days when the Republicans realize that Mitt Romney is basically running away with this Republican primary. They've decided that they have to attack Mitt Romney, and they've been doing so. 6 pages of attacks on Mitt Romney by other Republicans. Remember, these are his colleagues. These are people who followed his career. What do they say about Mitt Romney? Well, again, I've got some of them highlighted here in yellow, as you can see. Rick Perry, attacking Romney, said, "He did a great job of creating jobs in the private sector all around the world. But the fact is, when he moved that experience to government, he had one of the lowest job creation rates in the country." He went on to say that, hey, Michael Dukakis created jobs 3 times faster than you did, Mitt. And you remember Michael Dukakis, the ex-governor, Democratic governor of Massachusetts, who ran for president in 1988 and lost resoundingly. When CBS host Norah O'Donnell asked Newt Gingrich if he would call Mitt Romney a liar because there was reports that he had done that, Gingrich answered flatly, yes. He said, "This is a man whose staff created the PAC and his millionaire friends fund the PAC, and it's baloney," Gingrich went on to say. "He's not telling the American people the truth. Here's a Massachusetts moderate who has tax-paid abortions in Romney Care and puts Planned Parenthood in Romney Care and raises hundreds of millions of dollars and appoints liberal judges and wants the rest of us to believe that somehow he's magically a conservative." Again, these are attacks on Romney by other Republicans. Rick Santorum also attacked Mitt Romney, saying Mitt Romney ordered people to issue gay marriage licenses and went beyond that. He personally, as a governor, issued gay marriage licenses. And of course, for Rick Santorum, doing that is basically anathema because he's strictly against gay marriage. Santorum also attacked Romney over his health care reform initiative in Massachusetts, saying about Romney, and actually saying to Romney, "You just don't have credibility. Your consultants helped Obama craft Obamacare." And then Perry went on to attack Romney because Romney had hired a lawn service using illegal immigrants. And Perry said of Romney, the idea that you stand here before us and talk about that you're strong on immigration is on the face of it the height of hypocrisy." When Gingrich attacked Romney on what he calls Romney Care, he says about Romney, "But your plan essentially is one more big government, bureaucratic, high-cost system, which candidly could not have been done by any other state." So there's a lot of big government behind Romney Care. Not as much as Obamacare, but a heck of a lot more than your campaign is admitting. In addition, Rick Santorum said about Romney, I ran in 1994, the same year Mitt did in Massachusetts. He ran as a liberal to the left of Kennedy and lost. Perry says about Romney, they're looking for somebody that they trust, that knows, that has executive governing experience. I've got it, he says about himself, and then turns to Romney and says, you failed as governor of Massachusetts. Even Tim Pawlenty, again, a former candidate who dropped out, a former Republican candidate, said, President Obama said that he designed Obamacare after Romneycare and basically made it, and I'm going to get this right, he basically made it Obamnicare, the former Minnesota governor said on Fox News. And then Perry further attacked Romney in another situation, saying, if you want to know how someone's going to act in the future, look how they act in the past. I mean, so Mitt, while you were governor of Massachusetts, in that period of time, you were 47th in the nation in job creation. Again, these are the kinds of things that you might expect that a Democratic candidate might say against a Republican candidate. You might expect President Obama to point this out. But for Republicans, for fellow Republicans to keep hammering on these issues against Romney, that's a little bit surprising. Perry went on to say on another occasion, I want to make a clear distinction between myself and Governor Romney. In terms of trimming the budget, he took a different path. He scoured his tax code looking for those ways to increase corporate taxes rather than cutting the budget. He succeeded in finding ways to raise taxes, and he raised taxes by $400 million in Massachusetts, Perry said. He said that Romney put it on the backs of Massachusetts job creators. Perry labeled Romney a finger in the wind politician because Romney seemed like he wasn't going to take a position on a referendum in Ohio that would limit collective bargaining rights of public employee unions. Huntsman, in an ad, attacked Romney, saying, two serious candidates remain. One willing to say anything, be anything, one who can actually do the job. So there he is contrasting himself with Romney and implying that Romney is willing to say anything and be anything. And he concludes in that ad by saying, one state can stop the chameleon. I'm not sure if that's going to stick, but if President Obama is watching these debates, and he probably is, or at least members of his staff are, maybe they'll take that that nickname applied to Mitt Romney, and maybe they'll use it against him in the general election, that he's a chameleon willing to change his position.